And we turn now to the other side of the table, Florida Senator Bill Nelson. Well, you just heard him, Senator. He says it's going to be well into the fall now. I think that's the first time I've heard anybody make that estimate. So this is even more serious than we thought yesterday.
If they don't get this thing cut off, and hallelujah, if they do, there's going to be a lot of oil out there in the Gulf sloshing around, and it is going to considerably alter our way of life along the Gulf, and it could be the Atlantic coast as well.
Well, now you have, it has reached your beaches in Florida. We're told now that there are tar balls that are washing up on the shores of Florida. How bad is that? I know you were just down there yesterday.
It wasn't that bad. The bad part is that people think that there's oil there, and they're canceling their fishing trips, they're canceling their hotels, they're not going into the restaurants because they're not coming. They are canceling orders of our fish houses because they're afraid that the seafood is tainted, and as a result, there is a huge economic impact that is beginning to be felt.
Senator, you keep saying we need to bring in the military to do more. Now, you heard Admiral Allen just now. He said we're already using the military, but you think they could be doing more, and what exactly do you think they could do?
Well, the Coast Guard is doing a great job, and if this oil is cut off now, which Admiral Allen said he doubts that it will be, but if it is, then we've got it under control, because what they're trying to do is to keep the oil away from the coast, doing the skimming. They've got a suction machine like a vacuum cleaner. Once they skim it up, that'll put it in these rubberized bladders, and that way they can keep the oil from going in. That's one thing, if it's cut off now. But if it continues all summer, then you're going to have so much oil out there. There is going to be so much impact all along the coast that you've got to have the best command and control organization in the world, and that's the U.S. military. Now, of course, the Coast Guard and the military are working hand in hand, but the Coast Guard is stretched to the limit right now. Those guys are going just as hard as they can go. They barely have time to get rest and sleep. And if this thing continues for months in advance, you're going to have to bring in the best organization for coordinating assets, command and control, getting information right now.
You told me just a while ago that while you think the Coast Guard is doing a great job, and you said that again, you also said you kind of got the runaround this weekend when you were trying to find out exactly what's out there in the Gulf. Tell me about that.
I ask a simple little question. How many boats do we have out there? And Bob, I got 3 different answers within the span of an hour and a half. Now, that just simply should not be. And
what was the first number you got?
The first number was 4. 4 out there basically skimming up, which is what you want, and that's 25 to 50 miles out.
Well, that didn't seem like very many. Then you got another call?
Then I got another call. No, there are 250 out there. And then,
what?
And then
there are 4, an estimate of 4, but no, maybe as many as 250.
And then I got a third call that said, no, we've got a whole bunch on standby. And all this is not to be critical. Everybody is stressed to the limit, and you're hearing the frustration coming out of my voice. I'm expressing the frustration of those people who live there, whose livelihoods are going away. I'm expressing the frustration of those fishermen who can't go out and fish now because if they're a charter boat, nobody's coming. Or if they are fishing for a living, the fish houses are not buying their fish because the houses elsewhere around the country are not ordering it.
Senator, are they going to have to close the beaches in Florida?
At this point, Bob, no. Those are the world's most beautiful beaches, and they're just a few tar balls. And the good news is that the forecast as far in advance as Tuesday is that it's still not coming on shore, the main oil slick. Now, some tar balls.
But if it does?
Well, then I think we go out there and we collect up what we can. And we really have to worry when the wind shifts to taking it south into the loop current, and that takes it around the Keys and up the East Coast.
All right. Senator, thank you so much for being with us.